Hey, family. We are live. Moments with Mo is live, y'all. We are live. How you doing? So, I don't want to take too much time. Um, I did feel like I had to come on here today because I wasn't on or really active this past week because I was out of town and the reception was basuda, but Spirit also was like, this is your time of just really relaxing, recuperating, finding, coming back to center. And I really enjoyed myself. I really did. But I'm like, my folks, my folks is in the house. Okay, so it was just showing me how I need to, still balance some things. And if you're tapping in now, you can see the title. We're going to talk about uh what's going on with this Diddy situation here, collective timeline shifts that's taking place, okay, and about calling back your energy. Okay, so we got some people in the house. Thank y'all for coming in, hitting the like button. If this is your first time here, this is Moments with Mo, and we're rocking out. Hey, family. Hey. Okay. Well, let's talk about a few things. Let me slow it down and talk about where Mo is at. Okay, so of late, y'all, it's been so much happening in like the quantum realm, family, and so much integration that's taking place in my life personally with, my healing journey, um, the activations within. And I'm noticing like, even to come on right here, right now is a little bit like not in a negative way, but it's like I'm noticing how my energy is just wanting to be very much reserved. Okay, and I know Spirit has been saying that again. We are evolving, we are integrating, we are ascending. And for me personally, I've always been someone who gave a lot of oneself. Um, and at one point, it was out of balance, really out of balance, where it was giving too much because I wasn't loving and valuing oneself. So I was pouring into everybody else. And then it's like coming back into that balancement of really valuing myself, and also love is just the core center from which I vibrate from. So from that healing, I also was still finding myself giving too much of myself, right? And that still is like, okay, now that was another level. So now it's like coming into center with of that, of like, giving, you know, to the collective, but also giving to yourself. It's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to not have, you know, to be pouring in and pouring in and pouring in and overpouring, how a lot of us empaths, we can do that. A lot of healers, we do that. We just naturally find ourselves in a place where we're just, you know, pouring in, and sometimes it's unconscious. And Spirit is saying to be, being more conscious of, it's so easy when you've been in that space for so long to just give unconsciously. And it's like, wait, hold on. And then you might wonder why you feel tired. You might wonder why you feel depleted. You might wonder why, you feel like low energy. So Spirit wants to talk about calling back your energy. Okay. Um, so there's no order of how I wanted to talk about these topics, okay, or source how we wanted to talk about these topics here. So, calling back your energy, since we're on that topic already, okay, Spirit is even in my life, okay, because of late I've been doing this. I just find myself throughout the day calling back my energy. Okay, Source wants you to call back your energy clean and untainted. Okay, for those who do not have your best interest at heart. So when you wake up, I'm calling back all of my energy, clean and untainted, from energies that do not wish the best for me and for humanity. And just sit there and feel what comes surging back to you. Okay. Um, you could do this throughout the day, Source says. Like, you can call back your energy throughout the day, right before you go to bed at night. It is really important to do so. Because again, consciously and unconsciously, we are sending out a lot of energy. And there are spirits and beings here who will happily just use that. Okay. And if you don't know how to shield yourself and also call back your energy, this is what could lead to burnout. Okay. So even with being on a platform such as YouTube, doing the work that I do here, you know, I was going so hard right after um I walked away from my job that I felt like, again, I was out of my job for like maybe like 3 months. And it was like I turned around, it was like we just came up on a month, and it was like, whoa. Um but realizing too, there's so many people tapping into my energy, I'm tapping into their energy, and naturally that can create, that's a recipe for a natural burnout. Okay, so it's like I had to, Source was like, oh, whoa, hold on, this is things that we got to pull in, we got to focus. You're doing a service, but you can't let yourself be burnt out and doing the service. Okay, because you got to think too, it's not just excuse me, like your energy, like your physical body starts to follow that. Okay, so it's making sure that you don't get to a place where you're burnt out, where you don't want to do anything. Okay, and so I do appreciate and thank everybody who supports Moments with Mo, you know, the family, and come here, receive messages. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. There's 22 people in the house, we got 9 likes. Excuse me. If we could get those likes up, y'all, if you know, here for a reason. One moment, y'all. A lot of throat activation. Dang. Okay, clearing the throat. Anyway, I'm back. um, so yes, calling back your energy is very important. Also, if you guys do not know about the Maharic seal meditation, look, the spirit made this ball move, okay? My crystal ball here, y'all. It's a beautiful piece of, ooh. Okay, I guess you don't know. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now, family? I might have hit the mute button. Okay, I hit the mute button by accident. My fault, y'all. Okay, so I was talking about the Maharic seal. Okay, the Maharic seal. Okay, um, is a powerful protection. Okay, um, this energy is from the 11th and 12th dimension frequencies. It's still muted. You might be an app. Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, if the sound can work, drop a one real quick. Because okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Anyway, all right. So that frequency of the Maharic seal is of the 11th and 12th dimension. Okay. So letting you know right now, the first time I did that, I mean, I definitely shifted the timeline coming into um the knowingness of the Maharic seal in that meditation. It is a powerful meditation. It does not take long. Okay, that is something I'm gonna post that link in the description, and that is actually one of the meditations that I did want to do here. I kind of put that on hold because I'm trying to figure out negate this without a laptop, how I want to do that group meditation. But the Maharic seal is one of the meditations I wanted to introduce to the collective here if you didn't know about it. But it is such a powerful meditation, y'all. Like, no joke. It is a powerful meditation. You will see, okay, just the energy that you're in, okay? Because again, above the ninth dimension, there's no war, there's none of that. It's divine love, okay? Divine love. So when you're tapping into them higher frequencies above the ninth dimension, you're tapping into pure love. Okay. And when you do this meditation, and they basically have you picture, okay, the Maharic star, the Merkaba star, okay, in your mind. Um, and it's a white one and a silver one come together, and you connect down to the center of Earth here, and it spins in the center of Earth. And basically you're helping activate the Maharic seal of Gaia, and you're allowing that energy to also connect to you and to the ethers and shield you in that vibrational energy. um yeah, it's a very powerful it's a very powerful meditation, y'all. And as long as you stay in a place of, being in honor, and not like, you can't have this high vibrational energy and then still do things that are, I would say, low vibrational. You got to be actively, to keep that protection around you. You got to actively be in that space. Okay. So, moving with the intentions of purity here. You get what I'm saying? So you can keep that protection around you. And the more that you meditate with, okay, the Maharic seal, the stronger and longer it lasts around you. Okay. So this kind of ties into, let's get into the other topic here. Okay, is the karma that is taking place here with Diddy. Okay. Now, a lot of us, you know, may or may not know what's going on. I'm pretty sure everybody kind of know at this point, because there's no way to not see it. All right. But whether you really, dive into the information or not, and I'm not one to dive into get lost in the information, but what's taking place with this whole Diddy situation, okay, is affecting all of us. So this is why Spirit wants to speak on it on this platform, okay? Even though there's so many platforms you could go watch videos on about it. It was just 1414 on the timer, okay? So Diddy is receiving karma, okay, and justice from source here. All right. Um Thymus, I don't know if you guys know about Thymus, okay, the goddess, uh, um a Greek god here, and she was of justice here. Okay. And so what we're seeing play out in the world today is Big Mama, the feminine energy, is at work, is at hand right now. And we're witnessing that. This man offered to pay 50 million in a bond, okay? For his bail money, he wanted to pay 50 million, was denied by a female judge here, okay? The prosecution team is all female, okay? Money was the tool, the material world, the man, the tool that he thought that he could lean on to get him out of the situation that he's created, okay, by again being so much tied to the materialistic world, being in his divine masculine. But right now we're witnessing how that dollar amount didn't get you out. That there was no amount that judge heard and was like, you know what, yeah, because they all the justice system is highly flawed, okay, but everybody get a little break and piece of something. So a $50 million bail here, that's a nice little cutout for the judges, the lawyers, the blah blah blah. But that was denied, okay. Sources wanting us to look at what's going on and not fear where we're heading, okay, and where we're going, but to acknowledge that things are shifting on a conscious level for us, and we're seeing it play out in this reality here. Because, not only is Diddy falling, but you got to think, if he was that head up as the poster boy, one of the poster boys, right? Then he answered to people. So these people are falling. Do you realize that though, right? Okay. See, they get caught up in their own game of power, right? Lies and deceits, that it comes back to bite them in the ass. Okay, so the initial thing of showing, I'm gonna teach Diddy a lesson, not realizing how God, source, creator, okay, was going to use that as a way to bring them down. Because when you have this feeling that you walked this for so long and that you're untouchable and nothing can happen to you because you got it already, you got everybody on the books, you got this done, you got the dollar amount, and you got this. And if somebody that you put into a position, like the people above Diddy put him in that position, and he does something that they don't like, okay, there was a moment of, oh, we're going to teach him a lesson. Okay. See, Diddy spoke out about how his, if you don't know, he has his liquor company, Don Julian, whatever that is, Don or whatever. Okay. And that was being blocked. And he kind of called out some folks. All right. He kind of called out, saying that this is being blocked and challenging these people, okay, people that put him in this position. And it was almost like to them, oh, you getting a little beside yourself when we the reason why you this who you are now. So we're going to teach you a lesson, but then the lesson comes back to bite you on the ass, because now I want you to know that everybody in the justice system, though, is not on payroll, is not vibrating from a place of me, 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 me. There's good people in here who joined a part of something to be of service and help to humanity. Okay. And even though this justice system was built out of flaws, okay, there is people in here within the system that really want to honor, okay, protecting people. All right. So not everybody is available to be paid off. Okay. There are some people that want to see these higher elites these people fall. All right. So, they kind of opened up a can of worms on themselves, right? And, you know, through old times we hear there's no rock, there's no mountain, there's no valley, there's no, you know, bunker that one can hide from that is not going to be reached by source. When that time comes for you to get that judgment, they're going to get that judgment. Okay. And so just like me, and you don't have to, but just being aware of how much the energy might try to pull you in and have you miss the bigger picture. Look at what's taking place. A female judge, an all-female prosecution team. There's a shift in the atmosphere. Okay, and there is going to be more people than Diddy that are going to be getting called out here. Okay, there is going to be source is saying like, yeah, there's going to be a cleaning of house. The cars have to fall. Okay, so know that that's where we're at. All right. Spirit wants you to stay optimistic and create from a place of love and healing. Okay. Um, from this point, right? When you create in your world, you shift your personal timeline. You shift your timeline. So that means that some people, places, and things won't be in that timeline that you're hopping to, that you aligned yourself to, right? Because the past, the present, and the future all coexist as one. All right. And based on where you're focusing and what your actions and behaviors and things like that, that determines on where you go. Okay. So when you are in a balanced place here and you're setting your attention to be on the timeline here, okay, where shout out to Isis Wisdom, see, because Spirit just let me hear something that she said too. Okay. She said, say if okay, you want to manifest a business, a successful business, you now say this. You now say, right, that I'm manifesting a successful business and also people who can afford my services and products. Okay. Just boom, right? So the moment you do that, you shift yourself, but then you're also shifting the worlds of others unconsciously because now you're helping people say if they somebody struggle with a job, now you're opening up in a quantum realm doors for these people to get a job, to have income flow in so they eventually can come and support you in your business. Hence you're being a help to the collective. Okay. That's why I say, you be careful what you think about people. You be careful on what you speak because, there's another story I heard years ago about someone wanting a home. The home had people that lived in there, but wanting a home so bad that manifested the reality of the person in the home passing away, and then the home is then made available. So everything is that interconnected, okay? About where we project our thoughts, our energy, and to just be in a space where you're creating from love and from a healed place and a healing place, okay? Yes, cosmic butterfly effect. Yes. Okay. And just stay optimistic, family. I know right now we're entering into, fall season and into our winter seasons and our colder seasons where things start to slow down and you know a lot of people, this is going to be a trivial time for them, spirit is saying, because if you haven't been doing the work, the voices get louder. If you haven't been doing the shadow work, the time of stillness gets louder here. Okay. And a lot of people are going to have, again, a lot of mental breakdowns, a lot of, kind of everywhere, because some people can't even sit with themselves. They can't even sit in silence with themselves. All right. They can't just be present with themselves. So be in a space where you are present with yourself, being gentle with yourself. Like right now, like again with me, I be trying to I'd be like, all right, hold on. Because I've been in such a cycle for years of doing too much, spreading myself too thin, y'all. And it's like I'm learning and meeting myself with grace to bring myself into balance. And it's like, hey, like it feels kind of weird when you're like, no, it's all right that you're chilling, you're relaxing, you're not doing anything. You're actually enjoying that show. You're enjoying this, okay? Um, and not want to beat myself up or feel like, oh, we're being lazy, or we're not gonna. And the old me would spiral out like that. But the new me is like, hey, even when that tries to come up, it's like, no, no. Because look at where we are. Look at the work and service we do from a place of love here. So, you know what? Yeah, you deserve a day, 3 days, 5 days, okay, to just do nothing and to be in nature and to breathe and relax and to not have anybody tapping into your energy. I love y'all dearly, but we are connected here. I feel you through this phone, and I really know those that are tapped in and really in that vibrating in that heart space. You feel me through the phone because I send my love, okay, through the source, through to you and back, vice versa here. But it can be quite draining. It can be taxing sometimes. So it's like learning to bring it back into balance, learning to have grace, learning that, hey, stillness is fine. Okay. And to remain optimistic and knowing that, hey, when I say like, oh, you're now, it's a difference if, let me clarify this. It's a difference if you're not actively doing anything, and that's shadow work, or even taking necessary actions to create the life you desire. That's different. But when you're in your space, when you know that, hey, I'm working on myself, I'm working on my business, I'm working on my craft, it's okay to take time to just put it down and just so do that, please. Do that, family. I love you. I want you to meet yourself with grace, and also understand that there's, through your healing, there's other versions and timelines of you that are healing. And I love, again, that is fragmenting, okay? Because as you break a cycle or a curse, there's a version of you in the quantum here that is fragmenting itself and becoming different versions of that healed vessel or soul that you're becoming, okay? Because you're not just healing karma from this lifetime, it's from past lifetimes, again, of being in human form, being in gods and goddesses forms and primordial forms. So there is so many different versions of you, but once you start to heal in this current, there's other versions of you, past, present, and future, all exist as one, that start to split and fragment, and now you have all these different versions of you in the quantum that are being created through your healing now. So be gentle, okay? um keep doing the work, keep doing your healing, keep setting those boundaries with yourself, okay? Setting them boundaries with yourself. Like, no, we are being gentle with ourselves. We're not beating ourselves up no more. That's a boundary. I'm not going to whip myself no more. I'm not going to beat myself no more. I'm not going to punish myself no more. Okay, when I make a mistake, okay, which really is just a learning opportunity here. Okay? It's just sending healing vibes as I heal myself. I heal you. You heal me. We heal us. Ashe. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Healing, love, power. This is what this hand mudra is. It's power. We're sending love and power, the divine love and power, the only real truth to one another, the Trinity. We're healing. We're healing each other. And it's so amazing that I can see myself in this vessel, but then I feel like I can see myself sitting in some of your like your seats. You're laying on the couch, on the bed. Like I'm seeing, I can travel there and just seeing us all in the mix here and recognizing that we're all one. Because once you could start integrating some of you really being a primordial being, realizing that you are what it means to be primordial. It's like you were the before there was all the trees and the grass, it was the water. It was the consciousness. Some of you, that's your origin. And when you get to reconnect that reconnect and make that connection, anchor it here in your present that you are this primordial being. Some of you just saying it to yourself, you hear something, you feel something. Put your hand over your heart and we are primordial. I am a primordial being. How does it feel saying that? Connecting with yourself. Whew. Oh, y'all some powerful folks, man. Y'all are some powerful folks and y'all are the change here. You are the change. We are the change. Okay? So, with that being said, I feel like I was getting another. No, source is just like I kind of want to cry. Like I feel like there's just a real overflow of love, like cosmic love, like big mama energy. And I say big mama and I've been saying it more because this is the time that we're in divine feminine, but this is the balancement because we have been programmed to say when we think of God, okay, or think of source or the creator, it's the masculine overtone. But when you can really get back to a place of understanding that darkness birthed the light, darkness birthed the light. We was in that womb, baby. We was in that dark space for 9 months. Okay, the cosmos is what? They say 98% darkness or 99% darkness, only 1% of luminous light. We're counting the stars and the planets and all that. Okay? So realizing that, hey, we've been programmed to look at source as a certain way when it's like the programming source is saying me speaking this or saying big mama energy and mama, these are key codes, activations within to start unlocking so we can move away from God is he, him, and God source becomes her, him. Okay? Because source really doesn't have, it is androgynous. This is why those that come into the flesh and have a very androgynous energy was very well, in past times was looked at and highly respected, and it was considered a gift to be in the vessel where you you capture and walk with both the masculine and feminine energy, and you express that through your physical vessel as one. So as we say Big Mama, this is just to counterbalance the scales, okay, of the programming of centuries of God is man and he and him and da da da, but getting back into my, okay, and magic comes from ma, magic, ma. She is where we come from. Okay, and I'm not, you believe what you want, but when you tie it back together, you can see how it all makes sense. Okay. um I feel the presence so strong in my belly, y'all. A lot of activation, and spirit is saying y'all receiving more confidence in knowing who you truly are, and I'm so happy for you. You're getting more confident in claiming who you are. Okay. Ashe. Get confident in claiming who you are, not who somebody told you you are. Who do you feel you are? Okay. And being able to, it was intentional for people to feel like they couldn't say, oh, I'm a god, I'm a goddess. That was intentional because they understand that the power of life and death lies in the tongue. So we got the whole consciousness to confirming, speaking in their ether, vibrating frequencies through their body on the ether, that they are God. We're unlocking the key codes, activating key codes. That goes against everything that we stand for, because we want control and power. We're not going to give them anything to allow them to empower themselves. Ashe. Dorothy says, I am the incarnation of a lot of beings within my physical form. Ashe. And once you start realizing this, okay, and start realizing, hey, yeah, at one point I was maybe King Tut. At one point I was maybe Horus or Mayat, Basset. You start connecting with these gods and goddesses, right? But then here's where the true power comes in. Knowing that you are still you are in the flesh. You are the prize. You are the God. The battle of all these ancient Greek mythologies is the battle within the ninth dimension. Again, that's where all the as above, so below. Yeah, they ain't finished saying only to the ninth dimension, because beyond the ninth dimension, there's none of that. There's peace, there's balance, there's harmony. Okay, so a lot of these gods and goddesses and stories of these ninth dimensional beings here, you'll start to see how even the history, her story, okay, history, okay, his, right? Some of these are twisted and some of these are not all the way factual and true. And the only way you start to really know is if you start tapping in with self. But you start maybe looking up some inquiries about these gods and goddesses, and which ones stand out to you, which one calls you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had to connect the dot and put it together, that I'm like, okay, so Zeus has a connection with me. Okay, and now we, for whatever reason, okay, that I've come to discover, I had named one of my cars Zeus. Okay. And I never at that moment thought, oh, that's me connecting with this god named Zeus here. And you start to realize, like, hell, oh, look, unconsciously we do things. You might be wearing a certain thing, doing a certain thing, saying a certain thing, connecting with a certain, but this is showing you some of these gods and goddesses, deities, and things have connected, attached themselves to you for whatever reason. Some of them work with you, okay? Some of them are working against you, right? But once you're aware of, okay, this attachment that's connecting to me, and I was like, oh, hi, okay, I see you, okay? Because Zeus had an ego. I'm powerful Zeus. I'm Zeus and da 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 of the gods. And Zeus had an ego. So in what ways do Zeus try to channel through me? Okay. Right. Okay. And really understanding too that some of these gods and goddesses are going, what you would say, extinct in the spiritual realm because a lot of people don't know who they are. They're not being remembered. So don't you see how they need you? They need you to keep them alive. Many people are not connecting with these different aspects of oneself. Okay? So even if there is a being working against you that is maybe that you have no connection of, that's one of these old ancient gods, right? But once you make that connection, that don't means that now all of a sudden, oh, they got power over you, and they know, because it's like, you need me. And when you step into that space of, oh, the power is within me, they start to get a little bit more humbled. Yeah, these false gods and goddesses as well. Okay. But you start to see how the power is really in your hands. And the illusion has been that these ancient gods and goddesses only existed during that time, and that they were so powerful and more powerful than you. Bullshit. And some of them be really bothered that I speak like this or speak about it like that, but it's really bullshit. It's a lie. And I just heard outside of my door, my mother's on the phone, and I heard that's a lie. Right when I said that, yo. Okay, spirit is coming through to let y'all know it's a lie. Okay? It's a lie. This is why honoring your ancestors and things like that is such a beautiful way of life that we've always lived, because we understand that we keep the essence of that spirit, okay, alive through honoring them by having fruits, giving fruits and waters, and having moments where we just think about them and think about the moments we had, and then we can feel them closer. And then you start flashing back on all the memories, and that's them with you. That's them touching your energetic force field. That's them coming close to your energetic force field, letting you know, I'm right here. I'm right here with you, and I'm sharing the moments and thoughts with you. They're feeling that with you. So it's the same thing with these ancient gods and goddesses. And now, again, what a lot they don't want to tell you is that there has been bloodshed on both sides. So this is where you start pulling away from the necessarily the light and dark, and wanting to be the hero or the villain, and come to a space of neutrality, being neutral, okay? And realizing that you know, sometimes people go crazy in love. There's a such thing of loving so much that you become out of balance. Who know? Oh, got me looking so crazy right now. Your love has got me looking so crazy right now. Beyonce, okay, crazy in love. So realizing that, okay, we have light aspects, we have dark aspects. They have both done things on both sides here, okay, and where they felt it was justifiable, all right. But now I'm a with this being known, can bring this into center here and create from the space of that, of knowingness, and not condemning one part, praising one part, okay. The original one, I'm sorry to hear that. She's an ancestor now for sure. Felt her for 3 days. She's with you. Sending you love, family. See, I also want to speak about this too, okay? Because, realizing now, understanding that death is an illusion that we really keep living. And that's why they'll come around us and show us that they're here. They're with us, okay? And that they are nowhere but here, okay, just on another dimension, okay, where we can't see them. But as some of you start to tap into your gifts, you'll start to see, this is why spirit, okay, activation of the solar plex, like having the confidence and knowing that you have these gifts and abilities, okay, that you have, some of you have the ability to see spirits, to see the dead, to communicate with the dead, okay? And these are things getting activated in you, and realizing that, there's nothing to fear. Spirit is saying that, realizing that you are the commander. So you set the show, okay, on how you will wish for spirits to reveal themselves to you, okay? um I'm sharing this from a space as well of like, this is the integration, okay, of like, yeah, some of you is like, oh, I ain't trying to have nothing just pop up out of nowhere and scare the hell. Okay, a lot of, know this, a lot of your beautiful angels and guides and all that are not going to come and show up in a way that's going to have you close off or have you go backwards, okay? So they're not going to pop up and scare you in that way. So I know that, I feel like that's almost more of a collective thing. It's like being caught off guard here. But as your gifts come on, and it's like you start setting, this is boundaries, spiritual boundaries, okay, knowing, hey, this is how I like to, if you want to communicate, I need to know who you are. You need to present yourself. Okay, I need to see you head on. All right, because then it's like you're setting some stones into place here. Okay, but whew, it's getting hot. They're around, family. Your loved ones are around. And again, these gods and goddesses, these different aspects of you are also here trying to connect with you, because they're realizing that, you got to realize that at one point in time, people really praised and put these gods and goddesses on a pedestal with making offerings, making sacrifices, doing all these different things to these gods and for these goddesses, okay, to get their intention and all that. But people are not building temples like they was in Greece no more for these gods. These people are not building statues for these gods and goddesses. These people are not leaving fruit offerings, okay, or having little, offering tables for these gods and goddesses. So a lot of them are fading from existence. The false, right? Okay, but realizing that too, some of these false idols were you. You get what I'm saying? Realizing that some of these false idols were you in another time, another space. Okay, so now I'm realizing the truth of you are the originals and standing in that space of knowing that some of you played some of these roles that you looked at, and this is how karma accumulates on both sides. And when you can have that look through that lens, you can really start to heal. You can really, let down, start letting and disintegrating those belief systems of there's something more powerful than me. Okay? Sometimes the beings that want to move against you will try to send projections, okay, of illusion to have you believe that they are more powerful, more stronger than you, more smarter than you, to see if you will stay under that spell and illusion, because you being in that space is what they need. And if you elevate beyond that, then they really don't have access to you. And especially if you ain't connecting to them, you get what I'm saying, or really know that they then it's like, I really don't exist. Some of them be like, okay, that person, I might got a chance. I might got a chance to attach myself, be really in that vessel, or work my. See, some of them just want to use the vessel to work out, continue their story. All these mythological stories, something they're still trying to play out today. The vessel is why they want to choose it, to hop into people to play out their version of a world, of what they see and want to see. So realizing that, knowing that, being able to G-check that energy, oh, you're doing too much. Sometimes it's like some of you might have to put up, how to imagine some mirrors around some of these spirits or consciousness. One that's talking too much, you're doing too much. Let's quiet you down. Let's, okay? Because some of them don't want to be captured like, the genie from Aladdin. Okay? They don't want to get trapped inside of the glass here. Okay? But some of them, if they get too out of pocket, you gotta know that you can jar them up. You can put them in a jar, a genie jar, and be like, hey, you want to sit here for a while, if not forever, since you're just so out of pocket and so unruly. Okay, embracing all of who you are. Spirit is saying the closing remarks. Embracing all of who you are, right, and loving your light and your dark, knowing that the light and the dark work together. Oh, all right, let me tell y'all the story real quick, and this will be the closing thing. Okay. So this weekend, it was just an amazing breakthrough I had here. And knowing that sometimes, again, the beliefs and things have been embedded in us so deep that you don't realize that, hey, you're still, until you have a moment with, like, a soul family connect. This is why community is so important. Okay, 55 5. So 555 was just on the timer, y'all. Movement. Okay, but why having soul family is so important, right? Because through conversations, through interactions, we heal one another. And so interaction caused me to have just like epiphany, you know. And the subconscious mind, again, is a child. And I was told that, you really have to really see all of the beauty, the love that you emanate, like that you give, you emit. Okay. And I'm like, I recognize my love. I recognize it. And then something happened. We went into like a meditation, and I was having a conversation with my shadow self, and how I work with my shadow self in many ways. But how I work with my shadow self is that I'll start to say, okay, like I'll program it like, we are, no, we are love. Like really understanding, like the shadow me didn't understand that darkness, right, is light. I'm telling y'all right there. Darkness is light. Like I picture myself just saying it to my shadow self, however it looks like for you. I said, darkness is light. You are light. Okay? Darkness is love. You are love. We emit love. And when I say like, it was a child really almost hearing it for the first time. Like the subconscious mind been with me, been on a journey, understanding where we've been going, kind of what we've been doing. But for me to sit and really program into myself that I said the light came from the darkness. I said, you're so dark because you hold all of the light within you. You are the light. You are love. I swear I lied to you not. And I could feel my spirit right now just being so excited, because it's like, oh my gosh. It was a moment of like really realizing oneself. Really realizing, hey, no, wait. We are love. We are light. We do emit this out. And how can we emit this more out to ourselves? Like it just opened up a whole new world for me. Okay? Yes. And it's like a little kid. I'm like, yes, you're so dark because you hold all the light within you. You're love, okay? Because sometimes the subconscious mind is programmed with all the things, all the bad things, all the shame, all the guilt, all the anger, all the envy, all the jealousy, all this. And we blame the subconscious mind, the subconscious mind. What is like, but you are the love that emits through me. We're the love. And I saw it almost like it slipped out like of this. What I really saw, and I'm okay to share this, is that it was two, it was on it, it split itself. And it was like pretty much that light. It was the dark and then all of the bright golden light, but really understanding, seeing itself as one, like it was recognizing one itself. And I'm sitting back and I'm going through this, and I'm releasing, and I'm feeling the heaviness being broken away, illusions being broken away, because it's like we just reprogrammed ourselves to remember that we are the source of love itself. Not just all the trauma, not just all the, we are love itself. So I pray that that was helpful for somebody. Okay. Spirit wanted me to share that. I feel good sharing that. My higher self feel good sharing that. Like, oh man. And now can create from that place. And now knowing when it's like I'm having a moment, being like, no, we're being gentle. We're loving ourselves because you're love. And we give love. Look at all the love we pour out to others. And we're going to be pouring that into ourselves. And again, it's the integration. Now there's an integration that's happening with the subconscious mind of the realization of all of who we are. So it's like, oh yeah, like you gotta bring it back sometimes. Okay. So with that being said, family, I love you dearly. I truly hope, pray that no, I affirm this was helpful for the collective. Because I speak words of affirmation over my life. I speak words of affirmation over the lives of others. May you be healed. May you be happy. May you be joyous. May you be peace. May you be aligned here. Dorothy, thank you, family. Wow. Dorothy, look at 6 blessings in a house, y'all. I really, really love and appreciate y'all. And thank you for being patient with the transformation of moments with Mo. Um, you know, where we're going, where we're headed. You guys are in the mix with me. I'm in the mix with y'all. I'm loving to see where and feel where a lot of you are shifting. Um, it's an amazing walk, and we're here together, y'all. So, with that being said, I am going to drink some tea, and I'm gonna relax, and I'm gonna see what unfolds for today. All right. On that note, love you, family.